Hello everyone. We are again with Ask Me Anything sessions at XROS Fellowship Program by Fiki, supported by Meta. So today we have Sanjana Swaroop from Dhaga. Welcome, Sanjana.
Thank you, Puneet.
So here, what we are going to do is to answer certain queries that the developers who are planning to submit the proposals for your organizations. So the first question that I just wanted to put in front of you is, let's start with the introduction of your organization.
Right. So Eco Dhaga is India's first close the loop fashion brand. And what we do is we collect and we focus on post consumer textiles. We thrift, we donate, we upcycle, and we recycle. With the XROS fellowship program by FICCI and Reskill India, what we're trying to do is make thrift accessible to every household in India by creating a virtual trial room experience.
Great, thank you so much. Now the follow-up question that I do have is request if you can explain the projects that we have put in at the fellowship program.
Right. So we considered quite a few solutions that were possible with AR and VR for virtual trial rooms. And while the possibilities are endless, given the timeline of the project and the scope of the project, we have decided to go with the simplest solution, which would be to um, 3D model outfits on mannequins of different sizes. So the idea is that customers can select a model that closely represents their body type, and they can see how the outfits would look on that body, on that mannequin body type, and they can select, make a better informed decision if that is something that they would want to purchase. The idea being that if the outfit is not matching with the size, whether it's oversized, so that should be visible, and if it is smaller than the actual size, then it should prompt an error to make like the customer's journey easier, smoother, better, and enable them to make informed fashion choices and decisions.
It's a great project. I mean, it also add values to the supply chain. So at the end, you will end up having very less number of returns.
Exactly.
Right? On the other side, I just wanted to understand, like, this fellowship is for 3 months, right? And what would be the main responsibilities, roles that you're looking at from the developer's perspective? What are the roles that they need to perform so they can give you a sense, like, while preparing their proposal, like in week one they would need to understand more about the project, about the technologies, etc. And going further on week 16 or 18 down the line, what would be the end result that you are envisaging from them? So
Okay.
accordingly they'll prepare the entire proposal and impress you.
Got it. Thank you for that question. So I believe that the technical aspect should be answered by our mentor, who is Jayant Chopra. He's part of I believe he's currently working with Meta Spark, and he's taken out the time to mentor for this particular project. So if anyone has any specific development related queries, they can ask them. But if I can take a gander at answering the other question, like what is our expectation? So the expectation is twofold. Basically, the front end should be customer user friendly and user accessible. It should be easy to select. It should enable the customers fashion decision making journey, in the sense that they should be able to select it pretty easily. The option should be available to them to select the model size and type, whether it is through body measurements or through just selecting an option available depending on their body type or their size. That is one expectation. And the second being that the clothes that they should be seeing, um, should match up with the actual inventory that we have. So I think that is a challenge that I would welcome developers to find solutions to, how to map patterns and the dresses onto those 3D modeled bodies. The second expectation from the backend for us would be to understand the requirements to make this technology possible. What information is required from our organization in terms of whether it is specific garment measurements at particular points, whether it is patterns and designs, and how we can make it available to the developers to bring this entire vision to life. So these are the two things that I would be looking into when we're assessing developer applications. Any technical points, I believe Jayant is the right person to answer them, because I'm not from a technical background.
So, as I mentioned, the technology stack that you are requiring at EcoDhaga is Blender, JavaScript or TypeScript, Rust, HTML, Unity 3D or Unreal Engine. These are the languages, these are the technologies that required at your end. Apart from that, if you guys have any questions regarding to technology, ask in the Slack groups. So the mentors and the Sanjana would be happy to answer. So as we have only few days left to end the developer application, then we will be going for the shortlisting and on the next level process. And what would be the secret sauce? I mean, the three, four, five advices that you wanted to give to these developers while preparing long thesis or a proposal for your or
Sure.
I mean, you need to come. You need to think from their perspective, put yourself on their shoes, and see like if I were at their stage, this is how you are planning to propose the proposal.
So I would just say that this is an exciting opportunity to kind of um, align AR VR technology with retail in India. So this could be the next retail tech that we are developing to not just for Eco Dhaga. This would have implications throughout the retail industry in India as well. There's a lot of exciting research that is happening across the globe within AR and VR and its use cases in retail. So I think there's a lot of scope and potential. One thing that I would recommend that the developers do is put themselves in the shoes of the customers, see how the customer journey can be best enabled through the use of technology when coming up with solutions. That is the solution that we have proposed, the project that we have proposed. It's after a lot of discussion that we have conducted with mentors and other people working in AR and VR. And this is the most realistic solution that we think is possible. So when they are developing solutions or proposing solutions, I would also request them to consider the technology available at the customer end. Because if we make it too deep tech or too high tech, then we might be losing out customer bases because of lack of technology. For example, we were looking into body mapping and body size mapping, that customers could just put a camera and they could do that. But for that, limited cameras and limited smartphones available in the market offer that solution. So we would have been excluding a large customer base if we had developed something too detailed or specific, which requires heavy tech backend. So one of the things I would request all the developers to think about is the kind of solution we're looking at should be available to the most number of people, and it should be a good step forward in terms of creating like a retail tech solution for India.
Awesome. And would you also want to throw some highlight on the Meta Spark? If someone is good with the Meta Spark, they would also get an extra weightage over it, because as I heard rightly from you, Giant is now Meta Spark certified.
So definitely it would make it easier for us to collaborate with someone who has experience or who has some knowledge set in Metaspark, because our mentor has that background as well, like you rightly mentioned. Uh, There are other technology stacks available from my understanding of the field, including Snapchat AR, which is like slightly more developed or further down the line than Metaspark. But our limitation in guiding people, like our understanding or be the ability to guide people within those technology stacks would be limited, or it would take longer to coordinate, because we would also need to go back and check up on what is available, how the technology performs, and how it can be customized. So having Metaspark a certification or a background working with Meta, that would definitely help us make it easier for uh, to coordinate and to build a solution together.
Right. So there is one question from Arnav. Will the shortlisting happen on first come first serve basis? Basically, it is like the earlier we apply, the better.
Uh, Thank you for that question, Arnab. So I believe we'll be actually going through all the applications once Reskill India closes down the applications. It's not on first come first serve basis. We would be looking at the skill set and how well you are aligned with our project goals. So it's not on a first come first serve basis, at least for Eco Dhaga. Puneet, do you
Yeah,
have anything to add?
absolutely. So once you apply for any of the organization, just use your time properly, spend some time on the resources, research, and then come up with a proposal that cannot be, uh, I mean, cannot be judged in a way that you need to come on the wait list. You should be on the top priority list so one can have your interaction with you, and then you can be one of the fellows this year.
I hope that answered your question, Arnab.
So this was quick. And those who have any sort of questions anytime till 15th, you have time. You can ask on the Slack group. And thank you so much, Sanjana, for your time. Looking forward
No,
to have more interactions.
definitely. Thank you, Puneet, and to Reskill India team for facilitating this entire program. I think it's a great initiative, and we at EcoDhaga are super excited to be a part of it and to see how we can, be a part of the tech revolution in India. So, thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you.